Jobs Creators Network CEO Alfredo Ortiz on that, and whether the ads notwithstanding, or maybe because of the ads, Puzder should still be considered for this job. I knew this one was coming, Alfredo, only because I was aware of the controversy of the ads when they came out. But obviously, we've seen a lot of very hot models, let's put it that way, who've been advertising for Carl's Jr.'s burgers. And now this comes up in a confirmation hearings process, or will hurt him confirmation-wise. What do you make of that?
Neil, good afternoon, and thank you for having me. I think when we look at Andy's history overall and his record at Carl's Jr. as the head of Carl's Jr., we need to look at what he actually did in terms of turning around that business and, in the end, employing 75,000 people across 3,000 franchisees, which are small business owners. As a former marketing executive myself, one of the things we always have to try to figure out is what the market demands are, and at the end of the day, trying to grow his business. And that's exactly what he did, and I think he knows that all too well. Andy was really the chief executive officer at Carl's Jr. Hardee's, but really, the way I see it, he was the chief employment officer, and I think it's about time that we have a chief employment officer in the Department of Labor.
I want to pass along a quote from this New York Times story that where they say the Labor Secretary pick, referring to Mr. Puzder, may rekindle Trump's women problem going on here, that women's groups, religious activists, and academics have been complaining about these racy ads, some of which we're just showing you. But with Mr. Puzder coming before the Senate for confirmation, they will have a platform like never before. What do you make of that?
Again, I think we have to look at the record of Andy and what he's actually done across the firm and what he's done for his small business owners. I mean, when we look at the overall impact that we have across this country, we've got about almost 30 million small business owners that employ about 56 million people, so about 85 million people in this country. Then you put dependents on top of that, we're talking about a third of our population, over 100 million people that are dependent on the success of small business. And what Andy understands is how to get people back to work.
Yeah, but I think what they're seizing on here, use this as a smokescreen to go after his views on the minimum wage. He was very much against seeing it doubled, and the health care related employment issues. I think they're using this as a means to attack him on that without directly attacking him on that.
Neil, I think that may be unfortunate, and again, that may be a tactic that they'll use. But again, I think the reason why is because they don't have a good turnaround story or a way to really react to the fact that he was a turnaround expert at Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, employing 75,000 people. And again, America put an actual job creator in the White House. It's about time we actually put a job creator in the Department of Labor as well.
All right. Wild stuff. This one I could have just scripted out. I saw this one coming. Alfredo Ortiz, thank you very, very much. By the way, those are general ads that ran on general TV, and we should also stress that one of the things that Puzder had said about Carl's Jr. and Burger, this is one thing I didn't know, 70+% of his customers are young men who apparently respond to such advertising. We'll have more after this.